Rest in peace, Raila Odinga.
Raila Odinga. He passed away at the age of 80 after suffering a fatal heart attack during a visit to India. Odinga sought the presidency 5 times. He was arguably the face of the opposition for more than 3 decades in Kenya.
Raila had fought for this country for a long time. In fact, we are very, very sorry. We are not going to eat, we are not going to sleep today. We are going to mourn him until we bury the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga.
Baba has left us. We're not happy. We are crying. Our father, we've been left lonely.
It's a very sad moment, I don't know what to say. We have missed a very, very, very good leader. In fact, it's our father. We have missed a father. And we are going to mourn.
Outside his home in Nairobi, members of the Luo tribe, which Odinga belonged to, waved branches as part of a traditional mourning ritual. They were joined by his wife. Raila Odinga will be remembered as a perpetual presidential candidate, seeking office 5 times over 3 decades. He claimed to have been cheated of victory in his past 4 attempts. This came to a head in 2007, when he narrowly lost in a disputed election that was then marred by ethnic violence. Hundreds of people were killed, and the unrest was only calmed once a power-sharing agreement was signed and Odinga became Prime Minister. But despite never winning an election, from the opposition, his populist policies changed one-party rule, the status quo, and shaped the Kenyan constitution.
Raila Amolo Odinga is truly a once-in-a-generation leader, a man whose ideals transcended politics and whose legacy will shape the destiny of Kenya for generations to come. A giant who towered for decades over our democratic landscape.
Ruto announced that Raila Odinga would be commemorated at a state funeral with full honours.
DW correspondent Felix Maringa spoke to me earlier from Kisumu in western Kenya, where Raila Odinga was born, and he told me how people there...
One thing that I'm sure is, today, we are celebrating the life of the late Raila Odinga. And today, what I can say is some politicians in this country have just signed a death certificate for their career. Some of these politicians have benefited from the claim that Raila said that people should vote for them. And what will happen is, these politicians will not have, their career is no longer important, it's no longer viable. Why? Because Raila is no longer there to tell the people, vote for this man. And this is what will change the political landscape in Nyanza region. And one thing that is clear is, and some of them will go home and never come back again. I'm sure you have someone in mind that you feel, with Raila out of the picture, this politician will be no longer viable and no longer be useful in terms of when it comes to the people voting them in. Who do you think is this politician that you feel, with Raila out of the picture, they become useless? Let me know in the comment section, and rest in peace, Raila Odinga. You are not in my cup of tea, but well and good. You did your work, you did some work in this country, but I can say the worst thing you did last time was to work with the Kenya government, because today, majority would have celebrated you as a hero. But today, some have an issue when it comes to celebrating you, because they feel you are a person who have always greeted people, who have benefited political mileage and demos and forget the lives of the people who voted you in. And this is a political career that is not so good, especially with what has happened in the last 3 years. Majority celebrated you, but you died when majority of people felt like, no, you are opportunistic. However, rest in peace, and let me know who are these politicians you think that today their career is no longer viable, and mostly they will not get a chance to be voted in again now that Raila is out of the picture. Let me know in the comment section. Let's meet in the next video. Remember to subscribe and share. This is Political.